there. Thank you for joining me.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me, Tish.
Honestly, it's such a pleasure to have you here. So we've known each other, has it been over a year now?
It's more than that, I reckon. It flies by, doesn't it? Time flies.
Honestly.
When you're having fun.
Someone was saying to me the other day, they were like, it was Adam Bates in networking.
Yeah.
I think this was 6 months ago or so. He was like, I've known Tish for like 7 years. And I was like, I've only worked in the company for less than 3. So I don't quite know how that checks out.
It's all those fun times, isn't it?
It is.
Time just flies.
It just blurs into what I think, especially with networking, because you either like see people like once every like 4 to 6 months, or you see them like
every week or
all
every
the
couple
time.
of weeks. Yeah, totally.
It just blurs, and then there's work in between it all. And it just goes crazy. So you are known in my head as the lady that makes the most amazing tasting cakes.
Oh, thank you. Okay, red now.
You're like, no, it's fine. Because when you, like, I remember, like, not my favourite memory of you, obviously, but just my favourite memory of your food is, I think my very first top meeting that I went to was your 10 minutes.
It was, yeah.
And you had these little cake samples. And I sat there and I was like, I don't care that it's 7:30 in the morning. This is breakfast.
Cake can be eaten at any time of the day, all night, honestly.
I'm glad you said
little
this.
mini cupcakes, weren't they? I remember making them.
So good.
I know. Simple but delicious.
I love it. So how did you get into cake baking? Because it was around like COVID time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but formally, I've been baking for years. So Mum taught me to bake. Nan also did. My nan was a real whiz at pastry. Mum was a really good baker in her own right, but had got no patience for decoration. It would be like
that's me.
Totally. I know it is a lot of people. Yeah. And she'd like create something beautiful. You know, she'd make the best Victoria sponge, and then she'd shove it down. She'd stick it on a plate and shove it down like the worktop and go, do something with that when I was old enough. But I had this most amazing cookbook when I was little called We Can Cook. And it was just, it was this green and yellow, like proper 70s, early 80s cover. And it had just got these really simple recipes, everything from like a little hedgehog with cheese and pineapple stuck in it.
I am adamant. Any of my friends are like, yeah, we're throwing a party, like a house party. I'm like, will there be a cheese and pineapple hedgehog?
Absolutely, it's essential.
Will he be made out of tin foil? Will he have a nose? Because he has to.
I've seen glacé cherries for noses.
Yeah, that's my go-to. That or a raisin.
I'm an 80s chick, what can I say? Yeah, raisins fries.
Yes. You can't get better than a cheese and pineapple hedgehog.
Oh, this book was superb, and it got everything, as I say, from cheese and pineapple right through to flapjacks, really simple cupcakes, just really butterfly cakes. I mean, that's where I started, Tish.
This is a terrible podcast to record when I haven't had lunch.
Is your tummy rumbling?
Because I'm like, yeah, cake.
But I just got such enjoyment from this book. I think I had it as a Christmas present. I was probably about sort of 6, 7, something like that.
Yeah.
And I used to take this book everywhere with me. We'd like go in the car, and I'd sit in the car and I'd be read rather than I was never into storybooks. I was never into Disney stories or anything. I was into reading cookbooks. That's how sad I was.
It's a little bit sad.
Do you know what? Out of choice, I would probably read a cookery book even now, rather than like a novel or something. So with Mum and Nan doing stuff at home, like I'd go over to my Nan's. There was no health and safety. No. I'd be stood on a chair, like teetering over the worktop.
I feel like that's the best way you learn.
Totally.
Add a bit of danger in.
Totally. Learned so much. And like Mum and Nan would be, do this and try this and do this. Yeah. And I just found my own way. I think the only time when my mum had serious regrets was when I made I think she was at work and it was Dad's birthday coming up. Yeah. And I think Dad was around the house and sort of looking after us generally.
Like I'm in the same vicinity. I'm not watching you.
House. But... Exactly. He was not watching us.
Either, wasn't it? It wasn't like we have to be with you. It was like you're somewhere within a mile.
You're around. It's fine. I know it's fine. And I literally made, like recipe said, make caramel. So put my sugar in the pan, tiny bit of water, leaving it to bubble up. Sorry. Yeah. My mum had these really posh Le Creuset. I think that's how you say it. Orange.
Yeah, I never know how to pronounce it.
70s pans, like that were a fortune from like Rackham's back in the day. Yeah. And of course, I used the smallest one and just forgot about it.
No.
I think the doorbell rang. I went to the door. I think my nan and granddad turned up, so I went to the door to let them in. Next thing I know, Nan said, "What's that smell?" The caramel. So I
How
then,
old were you?
oh my goodness, I was probably about 8 or so. 8, 9.
Yeah, just leave that 8-year-old to make caramel. She's fine.
She's fine.
Don't worry about her.
She can't burn herself. What's that burning? I know, that smells. But you can imagine the black mess in that, like my mum's favourite set of pans.
And those pans, like, you cannot clean them easily.
It was left, like, Nan boiled the kettle, put some, whatever she used to put in, like salt, all these old wives' recipes and things. Like
all the baking soda, all the vinegar.
All of that. It was soaking for weeks, this blinking pan was. And then my mum had to sling it.
Oh, God. I do get to that point with pans where I'm like, this is beyond cleaning.
I know, it's beyond repair. So I think in that instance, my mum was like, is it even worth it any longer? But genuinely, I was taught to sort of like wash up, clean up as I go. And when obviously kids come to classes with me, parents say, could you please teach them to wash up? Absolutely, that's a given. That is part of the course.
It's a given.
But I was always a child in the kitchen. My mum loved baking. She was great at making bread and stuff. And like I'd be sat in the kitchen. Oh, I know. My mum's bread is still amazing. She still makes it now as and when she get, she can be bothered in the loveliest way. But she'd she'd be doing something and it'd go quiet all of a sudden. I'd be sat there like in front of the cupboards, taking all the tins out the cupboard, and I'd be surrounded by tins. So I was always a child, like in the kitchen sort of thing. So yeah, I've just always been really comfortable in the kitchen. Really, I've grown up with that, and I've very much had really good influences early on in life. And I very much did the same with like my son. I mean, he's 12 actually. He'll be 13 this year. Unbelievable.
That is mad.
But he's quite a competent baker. If he can be drawn into that rather than YouTube, do you know what I mean?
I think that's such an important thing to have. So like baking for me, it's like I can bake. I don't enjoy baking as much because I have to be right. So
it's the science thing, is it?
My friends call me a chaos cook because I don't use a recipe. I don't measure anything. Everything goes in the oven for 20 minutes at 200 degrees. That's my ruling.
And you get what you get.
And you get what you get. And it's never tasted bad. And I've never given anyone food poisoning.
There you go.
But my mum taught me, it was very much like before you go to uni, you know how to make a bolognese.
Absolutely.
And a white sauce.
Absolutely.
And if you can make both of those, you can feed yourself.
Honestly, it is so true. I mean, I have kids
pasta.
Yeah, totally. And pasta's a really cheap really cheap food. And it will
when you're a
feed
student,
a lot, won't it? It's the only thing you can afford, isn't it?
Exactly.
Let's face it. But like I have parents that are so lovely that bring their kids to sort of like classes, and some of the parents are really, and I say you could do this with them, but they never did it as a child.
Yes.
And they have this sort of built-in fear that they don't know what to do. They're not going to look competent. It's going to fail, and they're going to get stressed, and the children won't enjoy it. But you're right, it's how you learn.
I remember going through a phase because I used to bake a lot back when I was a kid because I was determined I was going to be good at this, and every time I was like, I'm not measuring and it's not working. Why is it not working? I wonder why. And I remember going through a phase. My dad will remember this very strongly because he ate every failed attempt.
He's a good one. He's a good one.
He's so good. Of making honeycomb.
Yeah.
And like sometimes you get it right and it's, but again, honeycomb, I wasn't measuring anything.
No.
I was just chucking baking powder in there going, that's going to work. Sometimes, it would really work. And sometimes you end up with this like chewy slab of like...
And it's just horrid.
And then I'd be like, there you go, Dad.
I love you, Dad. Here you go.
Love you, Dad. There you go.
My love.
And he'd just chew away at it watching TV. And I was like, well, not going to waste.
You see, I did A-level chemistry as well. And most people go, oh,
but that's where your brain clicks.
That's totally why I know there are certain ratios and stuff. And even a lot, like when I sort of teach, it's all ratio driven. And I think once you've had experience baking, you know when it looks right and when it looks wrong.
Yes.
And it's almost like you can, a gram or two either side.
Not going to make a difference.
Don't shout at me, but a gram or two either side is fine.
Yeah.
But generally, if you get sort of over 10 grams, you're then starting to alter the chemical reactions, and that's why.
You say over 10 grams, and I'm like, my measurements is...
Could be
we're
50.
rounding up, we're rounding down, and it's very generous.
It's the nearest 100.
Yeah, about that. Sounds about right.
That is why you're a superb chef.
I'm a great cook.
But not so much of a baker, Tish.
Don't ask me to do dessert. I'm a starter person. Starters and mains only.
But I think so many people feel the same way. I think a lot of people are, given rules at work, and then when they come home, fantastic, they're going to start, whether it's baking or cooking or something, and it's great to do that because it's a really brilliant way to unwind and de-stress and all that stuff. And I think that's why people go, I don't bake, or it frustrates me, or whatever, because it's almost like being back at school again, and as in working as well. So so I think that's probably why baking falls in and out of fashion, if that makes sense.
Because like I definitely was, so we at home, like I do most of the cooking because I really enjoy it.
That's good.
And like James, he can reheat
really well, reheating.
He's really, really good at making chicken nuggets. Not much past that. He can make an enchilada. His enchiladas are all right. From a packet, but he makes enchiladas.
That's all right.
It's all right. But that's the thing. It's like, because when I'm cooking, I don't allow any rules. I'm like, whatever's in the fridge and is going off is going in this food.
But again, that's a really great thing, because I guess you guys have no food waste. You know, it's criminal, the amount of food. And I was listening to the radio earlier. You know, the councils have to implement this food waste system now, whereby it sounds like there's going to be a whole load of different bins coming out again for Worcestershire.
I find it weird that Worcester doesn't do food waste bins.
I know. Well, Malvern are going to be the first town council, if that's the right thing to say.
That makes sense, that
are going to introduce it. And I think they said within the next quarter, I think they said today. So it's coming, and I think the government have said today, we're not going to, they wanted it across the land sort of thing, and I don't think they're going to fulfil that in time. I think
that will help us realise how much food we are throwing away.
I throw nothing away, and I will literally, I don't go as rigid as planning my meals, but I'll literally get home and go, right, what do I fancy? What have I got in the fridge? And then take it from there. And you know, food is so expensive, and with inflation and one thing and another, if you can cut down on your food costs, then you know that you might get a holiday or a day out, or you know, something nice. So I think hopefully having those bins, people will realise and go, oh, I didn't realise I was throwing all that away, or whatever. Or they can hop onto my YouTube and see how they can use some of those things, you know.
Well, that's the thing as well, because you're not just, because you make the most incredible, like, not just your wedding cakes, but the birthday cakes that you make. I think because like a wedding cake, like they're gorgeous and they're all unique, but birthday cakes, I feel like you get even more unique to the person.
Totally. Do you know, I love personalisation, and when clients come in for like a chat to the studio, or like ring me up or whatever, I love finding out about the person. I'll be like, right, that's fantastic. I'm happy to do that. Tell me about this person. What is it they love? And some people will come with like a rough idea, or some people will have sketched something out, and it's great to have their inspiration as well, and sort of work with that. And then you'll get people that go, I don't know what I want. And that's the most fascinating thing, because I love learning about people. And to do some, and some of the pictures that I get sent, and some people are lovely and do reviews, just their faces, and you know, just that's why I do my job. I just love it. I love that. I love bringing happiness to people when you know there's a lot of rubbish that goes on. There's a lot of sadness out there.
Everyone just needs more cake.
Do you know what, Tish? They do. Start the diet. There's no calories in cake. I said.
I like this. I'm taking this one.
That's my
approach. It's on the podcast. It's a rule.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. Everything on the internet's a fact. That's fine.
Totally.
But that's the thing. But you don't just make these great cakes, it's that you teach people how to make them as well.
But you know, it's so rewarding. I take children from sort of 5 if they can hold the toilet, if that makes sense. But typically they sort of start at 6 or 7, and I've got a wonderful teenage group at the moment. They're all between sort of like 12 and 15.
That's amazing.
Didn't know each other beforehand, came along. They are great pals now. I've got some that live in Edgbaston, some that live in Evesham and Pershore, and so they're literally all over the sort of West Midlands, and they come together one Saturday a month. And we have like a course outline that we sort of follow, and they're just confident. They move around the kitchen. They're not shy teenagers. They're just lovely kids, and some of them have been coming for a while. We're on the sort of second year of this particular course, and I've just seen them, and a lot of them are now doing GCSE, food technology, I think it's now called, rather than home economics.
It was food tech when I was at school.
And we're almost like planning together what they can achieve in their hour slot to do their piece of coursework, and what they can bake, what they can do. And they'll almost come over and say, I'm thinking about doing this, and this. And I'm like, why? And they'll go, well, I think can be done in the time frame. I said, no, you need to stretch yourself. I know you can do more than that. I know you can. I've got some children that, I say children, teens, that one of them goes to a school over in Edgbaston, and they had their big birthday, the school did, and they had a mini bake-off, and she won the bake-off. She won. Totally. Well done. But I also do a lot of work with Love Productions as well for Junior Bake-Off and spotting kids that have got potential. And, you know, all children have got potential, Tish. It's just whether that's tapped into and whether they enjoy it. You know, if they enjoy it, they're already streets ahead.
It's a massive thing, because I know you did the same day as I did at Pershore High School, where we went and we did a careers day, and we had very similar mindsets going in of going, there's so many kids out there that like they'll do something like creative or like whatever, and they'll say like, oh, like I want to do, like I want to be an actor, or like, oh, I want to be like a baker or whatever, and then they get shot down. Totally. And it's like, we need to be the people to be out there and be like, there are careers in the arts and in like food that's not just like the very narrow-minded ideas that they get given.
You're absolutely right. I think unless they want to be a dentist or a scientist or a teacher, school's really hard.
Teacher's the big one.
Yeah.
They're like, I am a teacher, so I know a teacher career exists.
It's a really great career. It's a really great career. But actually, not all children out there are meant to be the next, you know, doctor or whatever. No. Some children are really creative, are really good, sociable. They communicate very, very well, and they have other passions. And I just think sometimes the education system doesn't always enable them to flourish. And that's why after school activities and, you know, baking clubs or sports clubs or whatever, it's just finding what makes them tick and really honing in on that. I was really lucky. I mean, I had a career for many years in banking to start with. I travelled the world. I always forget about that. I did all sorts of things, and I had a fantastic start in life, and I was paid well for it. Nice. But it never gave me. I worked extremely hard, and I achieved targets and all of those things, and my teams always performed extremely well. But it never really gave me I'm doing something I love. Does that make sense? We were saving the bank thousands and thousands and thousands of millions of pounds.
It could be all the money in the world, but if it doesn't like spark that little bit of you that's like, God, I feel alive.
Totally. I used to dance a lot when I was a child. I used to do competitions around the country, and that was my creative outlet then. Prior to that, I used to do ice dancing, and you remember talking Dean around. Loved it. I've
been obsessed with watching the Winter Olympics, but only the ice skating.
Honestly, the talent that some of them have got. I mean, I was never that good, obviously.
I got really into the whole drama of Ilya falling on his... Oh, it was a whole thing. I got obsessed.
It's amazing though, isn't it? And just the skills and the shapes that they put their body into.
But it is just watching. There's been a massive... I don't know if you've kept up with what's been happening this year. I can't remember her name, but she won gold for the female solo. She retired at the age of 16. She's in the USA.
Her. Yeah. And she's come back again, hasn't she?
Back, but she came back on her own terms. Yeah. And she was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm doing it because I want to do it. Good and I love to do it. And I'm going to choose my music.
Or something as well. She did phenomenally well, didn't she? I can't remember how she was placed, but I remember seeing an interview with her and a coach.
I know she got gold for the female singles. But she was like, I'm just going to do it because I love to do it. And you could see, because I know there was a massive scandal with figure skating in the last 4 years or whatever. Years ago. It was massive. And now the amount of skaters that are coming back just because they love what they do.
Oh, it is.
And I think that's so important, just career-wise.
Honestly, when I
just do what you love.
When I had what I call a proper job, like an employed job, if that makes sense. I used to come home on like a Friday night. I might have been in London or abroad or whatever working, and all I wanted to do was to get home and bake. And that getting home and baking was my chill time, and what made me go, oh, I'm finally home, sort of thing. And the fact that I get to bake for other people, and I get to do it every day. I never tire of it. No. I still love it as much now as I always did.
Doesn't matter how many hours you're working.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm really fortunate, and I've got a really small team. And the girls that work with me bake, decorate, I've trained them to a really high standard. They are phenomenal at what it is they actually do.
And they're lovely.
Oh, they're so lovely.
They're so lovely.
And it's just like, but sometimes I just want to bake, and I'll be like, can we swap today? I'm going to do this. You do that.
Yeah, you run the business. I want to bake.
You do all the emails, and I'll do this. Absolutely. But I hope I never lose my sort of love for that. Certainly.
I think like you do, because we spoke about this a lot. Like when you start a business, you don't start a business to do the admin, to do the running a business thing. And it's like Josh with us, like he started a video production company because he loves video and photography, and he went through probably a good like 10 years of running a business and having to do all of it, and it's really hard.
It is, all those trillion hats.
All them that you wear. Oh my god, so many hats. But then like now I come in and I'm like, I love admin. Give me some admin. Give me some producing to do. I love it. This is me. So now he gets to give that to me. So now he's in a stage where he can go back to doing the creative stuff.
Yeah,
and it's really nice. So maybe you'll get to that point where you then can get a creative admin person. So you can just do that.
And certainly I'm a big believer in, I'll have been self-employed 8 years. Is it 8 years? 2018? Did the maths in my head. Yeah. My strong point. About that.
Yeah.
So I've had my business since 2018. And getting around to a sort of like getting towards a huge milestone soon. But I've realised now more than ever, why am I doing the things that I don't enjoy? Let me, contract to other people and outsource for people that love doing all that stuff that I hate, i.e. admin, i.e. website update, all of that jazz. And just focus on the stuff that I really love doing. So I feel quite privileged to be able to do that now. But people think there is no money in cake. People think there is no money in the food industry. That is all complete nonsense.
And it's all crazy hours. And
it is a little bit of crazy hours.
But if you love it.
Absolutely. But as being self-employed, it's up to us to set our own hours and live by those hours. Obviously things change, don't they, daily, and you might need to work a bit longer sometimes and stuff. But and as I say, because I love it, I'm very lucky that it doesn't feel like work. It feels like I'm just messing about in the studio.
It's exactly how we feel. That's what this is.
I love it.
But how did you get to that? Because like you said, you worked in banking, and like, what was the point where you went, I can't do this anymore, like I'm going to become a cake maker?
I think it probably was around when I had my son. So I worked abroad a lot. I'd be, overseas for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever. I'd get back on a Saturday night. I'd have Sunday to do all my washing. I'd be back at work again on Monday.
Oh my God, fitting in your washing into your work week is horrendous.
It was just ridiculous, totally.
Just in general.
But when I had Noah, obviously I had my period of maternity leave, which was brilliant. And then there was no such thing as working from home then. I think if I'd have been able to work from home and catch up on admin while doing other things.
Just doing the washing.
Yeah. And
just twice as much with a baby.
Totally. And I then started to resent the fact that I was having to send my child to nursery. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Nursery was brilliant for him and he thrived there.
Fit you.
It's that mum guilt.
Yeah.
And I think the more I felt that mum, I didn't have a baby to put him in nursery or to put him in play school or whatever. Yes, it was great for his development at those times, but I wanted to spend time with him. And at the time, the organisation I worked for was very inflexible. And no matter how much I talked and said, well, how about if I reduced my hours? How about if I did this? How about if I did that? They were very good at when I said, right, I really want to start working 4 days because I just can't fit everything in. And they were very supportive with that. Good. And then obviously the more I had time at home, the more I wanted to bake. I realised that I couldn't keep eating it all because I'd be huge.
Like someone needs to take this cake off my hands.
Somebody needs to just eat the cake. I know, save me from myself. And I then just thought, is this the career for me? And I started to think, and the more research I did, and the more I sort of thought, I'm just going to give this a go. It's a bit like now or never. And I lost my nan about 10 years ago, unfortunately. She was brilliant. And one of the very last things, she had dementia, but there was some still very slim lights and good days, or good hours, or 10 minutes or whatever. And one of the things she said to me is, she said, I've left you a very small amount of money in my will. My nan had nothing, bless her, and she said, I want you to use that wisely. And I said, okay. I said, how do you mean wisely? She said, I want you to start your own. And she was like, I want you to start your own baking business like this. And I went, oh, Nan, I'll think about it. But I had that horrible thing of like imposter syndrome, Tish, and I think I'm not going to say all women have it, but I think a lot of us do.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was sort of like early 30s. How old was I? I was late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
In fact, how old am I now? Because I was early 30s. I was early 30s.
Yeah.
And it was just, and she said, she didn't say it's now or never, but she said something very similar to that. And she said, you've got a little bit of money to get yourself sorted, to set you up. Yeah. And she said, if you don't do it now, you might regret it for the rest of your life. And when all the administration was done and nanotests and stuff, and I had this small check from the estate people, the solicitor. And my mum gave it to me and she just said, you need to keep your promise. I'm only going to give you this if you, obviously Nana told her, if you keep this promise. And I said, I will, but I don't feel brave enough to sort of do that yet. And it took me some time to get my head around it. And I just thought, you know what? I'm never going to... Nobody ever regretted something they tried, did they? No. And I put my big girl pants on and pulled them right up.
We're good to
like
go.
Superman's big pants or whatever.
It does feel like that some days where you're like, right, pull yourself together. Just do it.
Totally. Tights up, pants up sort of thing.
Braces on. We're good to go.
And I was never really like a social media girl. I just thought, I'm going to open a Facebook account and I'm just going to do it in my own name, see how people use this platform. And I just had a little go, and then I started thinking, well, I'd recently moved into like locally here to Evesham, and I just thought, I'm going to get out, and I went and joined WY in the Lenches. And I went and joined them, and I just thought, I'm going to see what people do around here, sort of thing. Aww. And I met some absolutely gorgeous ladies that I'm still very much friends with. And they were the ones that said, just give it. I tell you what, so-and-so's birthday's coming up. Do me a cake for this. Do me a cake for that.
You just need that core group of people just to give you that start.
Totally. And I just thought, you know what? There's a chance I could make this work. And of course, I did it part-time, evenings, weekends for a long time.
Yes.
Before I eventually had the courage to sort of leave my full-time job. And then when I did, I took redundancy in December 2018, I think it was. And then COVID was in the March, wasn't it? So I spent quite a bit of my time crying.
Oh no.
My really good friend
just launched a business and now the world's stopped.
Now the whole world has stopped. But some of my friends have been remarkable, and one of them, Kate, she literally turned up at my door because I've been crying to her on the phone. She was one of my real advocates that said, you just got to do it, you just got to make it happen, give it a go, stop being scared, get on with it, stop being a wuss. And she literally, because obviously I was like, I've chosen the wrong time, and she went, there's never going to be a right time. And she literally turned up. I would say on my doorstep, but 2 meters away of COVID. She rang me on my phone and she stood at the end of my path and she went, if I could come near you, I would smack you around the face so hard.
You need those friends.
Find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
And I did. And that's when the brownie boxes started happening. I was the first person in our area to sort of do that.
Amazing.
Online classes with the kids, keeping them busy so the parents could work.
Genius.
So it was just, so I'd go out and deliver supplies and pre-weighed ingredients in boxes, and it'd be left on the end of their drives or their patios or whatever. And then we'd convene, at a set time the next day or whatever, and we'd just bake, and the kids were just phenomenal. And it was that made me go, I can do that. I can do this, and we can make this work.
I think at that point, especially during COVID, everyone was like, I just need something
to keep my mind ticking over.
And I know, especially people that are used to their kids being at school Monday to Friday, then going, what am I going to do with them? Because I've still got to work. Or even people that are furloughed going, I now have tiny humans here.
I know.
And as much as I love them, it's a lot to keep them
plus
occupied.
Plus the schoolwork, plus the looking after them generally, plus your own work. It was really hard for furloughed people. So anything I could do. And I would regularly speak to parents and go, how can I help? Tell me what I can do.
Yeah.
And it would just be occupying the kids for a couple of hours. And it was just about keeping people's mental health. Because I know there were times when my son was doing his schoolwork. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, I've got 50 brownie boxes to make or whatever. How am I going to do this?
No, put on some gloves. Come on in. Put your apron on.
Stick your apron on, son. Tell me about it. No, I wouldn't have trusted him with that. No.
Maybe in a few years.
But he also he was
wash your hands.
Totally. So some of it always is right place, right time and everything. And I have been very lucky. Well, my clients are amazing. Networking has really helped me to get through those tough times as well, and meeting you guys and all the others that are part of Top has just been brilliant, and we're more like a family now, aren't we?
Well, that's one thing that I always, because people ask me, like, because we've been in a lot of different networking groups as a business, and I've experienced a lot of different networking things, and people are like, why are you sticking with Top? And the way I describe it is like, you will have networking groups that might be the exact same format. I've never met, so my 6 Ways group is still very, very new, so we're still working on that.
I can't wait to come to that.
But it's going to be great. But my Pershore group, like, I've never met a group that's so supportive, even just in personal things. So like when I was having a one-to-one with Chris from Thompson Banks, and we were literally ordering coffee and my phone rang, and it was my husband James, and he went, "I've just lost my job." And I went, "Okay, that's fine." And this was a month before we got married, so we were like,
"Oh gosh,
okay, it's all right, we'll figure it out, it's not a problem. You weren't really happy there anyway, so we will figure something out. It's okay. Like, are you okay? Like, it's all right." Got off the phone and said to Chris, I was like, "Yeah, like, this has just happened." She was like, "Put it in the chat." Immediately put it in the WhatsApp chat.
I remember
Tell people what's going on.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And like put it in the chat. I was like, oh, like, he's interested in sales jobs. Like, he's done sales before. He's done furniture sales. He's just come out of real estate. And immediately my phone was blowing up with people being like, let me check my clients and see if they've got any jobs going. Like, oh, what sort of stuff is he into? Like, we'll send you job applications and like stuff we see on Indeed and whatever. And it was just, no one had to do that.
No.
That's not in the contract of networking.
It's not. And I think that's why it's such an amazing group. And, I used to run, we used to have the Evesham one at my studio originally. And then obviously the studio got too big. It was too small for the group that became too big.
Yeah.
And when we sort of joined Pershore, we were really anxious because we were like, we've got our own really good relationship going on. Yeah. But the fact that happens in another group is just phenomenal.
I think it's the ethos of the whole network.
Yeah.
And because you do have people moving around the network, and like, you move around groups naturally.
Yeah.
But also there's no limit to going to visit other groups.
Absolutely.
And you go and visit and you're like, the ethos is always the same. It's like, you're not there to benefit your own business necessarily.
Yeah.
You are there to help and to build a community.
Others first, absolutely.
And if you can help other people, it will all swing back around.
Definitely.
And like,
it does for all of us, doesn't it? Yeah.
But I think it's definitely a more holistic way
I think
of doing business, which I really, really love.
I do too.
And you guys in Pershore have been lovely.
Aww.
You're a
we
wonderful
love having you.
group.
We love having you in part of the group. I know. Don't go too far. Now you're doing this other group though.
Oh, don't worry. I'll still be back. You can't get rid of me. I'm like a bad smell. So you say that you've had a lot of like luck along the way and like right place, right time. I don't think that's true.
Oh.
I would say that just based on what you've just said about like, I'll drop off the ingredients and then next day we'll do a like call and we'll teach them how to bake. That's complete like ingenuity and innovation and going, what is the problem? How can I fix this? Like, what do people actually want?
Yeah.
And it's like what we were saying before about like, really, we just love people.
I love people. Do you know, I love a conversation.
We both can talk for hours.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
We have done. It'll be I promise it won't be that long of a podcast.
Just to reassure everyone.
The time, being like, we're okay. But like, it's just your ability to drag that out of people.
Yeah. I remember like as a child, spending time with mum and dad. Not so much dad because he naturally worked, child of the late 70s, early 80s. Dad went off to work and stuff. But we spent a lot of time with my grandparents. And my nan and granddad were just such community people. My granddad knew everybody. We'd literally go down the paper shop to go and get his paper. And if we'd been good, we'd have a packet of sweets of some description.
Penny sweets.
He'd go like, paper shop girls, and we'd be like, like this literally.
Okay.
But the amount of people, like it was like probably a 3-minute walk. It would take us about 40 minutes, like there and back, because he would stop and chat and pass the time of day, and everybody knew him.
Yeah.
So me and my sister grew up with that. So, and I adored my grandma. You know, both of them have long gone, unfortunately, but I adored them. And seeing that for me, I could see just the happiness that gave people. You know, sometimes they might not have seen anybody. My granddad might have been the only person they'd seen all day. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you never know how you touch people. And I'm so lucky with some of the feedback. And I was bought a lovely bunch of flowers by a client a few weeks ago, and just saying how like I'd made their life better. And I know, don't be stupid. It's just a cake.
It's not just a cake.
It's not just a cake. No, it's
you
not
never
just a
have
cake.
cake just for cake.
No, it's always genuinely. They are one of a kind things, because they are. You know, I'll happily make a cake for Sunday lunch or whatever. You know, I'll make cupcakes for any reason. There's no reason with me. You can have cake for anything. But more often than not, they're quite a big symbol, or they mean something. There's something quite significant behind it. So people will have saved up, or they'll say, you know, how much do I need to save, or whatever. And they will be really special. But yeah, I mean, I think I've got OCD, and I say that loosely because I don't have a diagnosis, but I can spot a mistake at a million paces, which is good, and that definitely helps. But it's just, I always put myself in other people's shoes, and I just say, you know, because I've obviously had the conversation with, tell me about this person, tell me what they like, tell me about them. And people send me pictures, which I love, because I think you can get a lot out of a person by looking at a picture of them.
100%.
I can also read. I'm quite good at reading things, reading into things as well. And I'll say, oh, are they this type of person? Are they this type of person? You know. So I really try and, it sounds a bit sad, but embody the person and go, well, what about this? Do you think they'd like that? And you have that real back and forth conversation, whether it's on the phone, whether it's on email, you know, whatever. Whether people pop into the studio. And I just feel like I feel I know them by the time I make their cake. And
when it's a whole process of making it as well, you are thinking of that person the entire time you make it, and it's not like you make it in one day situation.
No, the decorations could be made, you know, if it's sugar paste, it could be made a week before or a couple of weeks before or whatever, when you've got to allow for drying time and things. But yeah, and like when you get pictures, and you know, I had a couple of lovely text messages last weekend going, oh my God, they loved it, and you know, that I'll just sit with a big smile on my face, and it's just so, the fact that people have stopped their celebration, or they've woken up the next morning and thought, I must text her, or I must just send her this. I never take that for granted, mate. I never do.
No.
It's such a privilege and an honour, and I feel really lucky to do what I do. And you know, it's just about bringing happiness. Life's very hard at the moment, isn't it? Life is very hard for a lot of people. And if you can bring a little bit of lightness and a little bit of happiness into that darkness of times, then it's definitely worth it.
I think that's such a lovely ethos to just have at the core of your business.
Thank you.
Because it's just, how can you go wrong?
Well,
I don't think you can.
But I don't. I'm probably not everyone's cup of tea, because I'm Mrs. Positive. I'm always. I know I've been brought up to be very positive. And I know it grinds some people down. But I just think it's about having something to look forward to, isn't it? And I'm a big one for, you know, it doesn't surprise you, I'm a cake maker. I've been brought up around cake. Yeah. Every celebration had a cake. You know? No wonder I do this for a job. But it's just about, I don't know, I think it's just about having things to look forward to and things to celebrate. I think, you know, we don't say well done enough to people, do we? Or congratulations on this, that and the other. We talk a lot about, I mean, you've only got to look at the press to talk about the negative things in society. But actually, we don't always. I was listening to Hereford and Worcester yesterday, and they were talking about the awards, oh God, what they called? I can't think off the top of my head now. But like recognising people that really help in the community and stuff like that. And I just think we should be doing more of that, and more of that positivity,
or even just doing it for yourself.
Absolutely,
because like like you say, like you celebrate like the birthdays, the anniversaries, like Christmas, Valentine's, things like that. But you don't go like, you know what? I was really scared for this meeting, and I went in and I did it and I smashed it.
Absolutely.
Well done me. We come out and we go, oh, I could have done this better.
Could have done this better. I could have done that better. Yeah.
Like, just go in and be like, you know what? I did a damn good job.
Yeah. And
well done me. Let me buy a cake.
do you think that, I think some of that's been British. Do you think sometimes?
I think so.
We always look, you're not like the worst.
We're not good at bragging about ourselves.
No, we're not, are we?
Which, like, I definitely really struggle with.
I think it's a female thing, Tish, as well. And I think it's potential. I would hope younger females do big themselves up. But I think,
I hope so.
and I'm lumping you in with my age.
No,
here,
no,
I know
no. I'm
you're
with
younger.
you. I'm with you. I'm there. Mentally and spiritually, if not physically.
I just think, again, we think, oh, I've got a million things to do, you know, and it's like you give yourself a hard time because you didn't do that last one or whatever. But you didn't go, do you know what? I've done 999,000 things today or whatever, which is really positive, you know.
It's definitely a mindset shift to focus on the positive things and the negative. And I think that's something you've kind of like not... Obviously, I'm not going to say you've nailed it because we're all human.
Still lots to do. Gosh,
we're never going to do that. But you always seem to just have like a positive twist on things, and it's so lovely to be around.
Oh, thank you. That's so lovely to know. Well, I'm just about to launch something very exciting. So,
well, this podcast takes like 2 months to go out, so it should be out by the time.
Hot off the press. I hope so. But just because of this about bigging up people and making people smile. So I went on the most amazing delivery this morning. So I had a really good friend ring up and say to me, it's my friend's birthday. She actually had time recently. I want to send her some cupcakes, and we did some nice personalisation and a nice message with her. So I turned up with these cupcakes this morning. And like this lady was close to tears, and it's like the fact that her friend has done that for her.
Yeah.
So for a while I've been thinking, what can we do that's really cost effective, that doesn't cost a lot of money, that we can, put that joy on somebody's face. They pick the post off the mat, and it gives somebody that bit of delight. Yeah. So birthday cake cards.
Oh, you're genius, woman.
Card, brownie. Inside, letterbox proof. So there's lots of room for personalisation.
I want cake in the post.
So I'm hoping we're going to start. We're going to start with birthdays and making birthdays a great place. But I want to expand it to thank yous and just becauses, and it's just a brownie that somebody can have with a cup of tea or a glass of wine or whatever they want to do.
Even for little things. So whenever we go away, our friend looks after our cat.
That's a perfect reason.
And I never know what to get them for that sort of thing, but it's like a slice of cake,
just a thank you on the card.
It's not a big expense.
No. And inside you can tell me who to write it to, the special message goes in the post, or you can collect it, whatever.
Genius.
So that is out on the website now, so we're going to see how the first few go. So I've got 10 at the moment. We're going to pilot it with 10, and then we'll look to do high days. So it's just about bringing a little bit of joy to somebody.
And especially for people that you might not be local to.
Exactly.
So mum and dad are nearly 2 hours drive away from me.
Are they really away from you?
So it's so I can't really drop round with a cake without it being like, well, I've got to make a day trip.
Yeah, but it is just it's just sending a bit of thought or love, isn't it? And it's just, and why does it have to be done on Valentine's Day or Mother's Day or Father's Day? You can do it whenever you want to do it.
It's so much nicer as well, because obviously I know you've got the options of sending flowers and a present through Moonpig or something like that, but to do it from independent small businesses just feels so much nicer.
Yeah, it is. I think so.
Yeah, I hate getting the notifications from Moonpig every year, and I'm like, yes, I know it's someone's birthday coming up, but I know I have forgotten to send a card. I'm terrible with cards.
I just think there's so much, isn't there? And my diary's it's so-and-so's birthday and that person's birthday, and it just all creeps up together, and the time's gone, hasn't it? And you're like, oh my goodness, I haven't done this,
Oh, that's so exciting.
The thing that gave me my idea is my really lovely relative. So I like doing family history in my spare time. What little spare time I get.
I love that.
And I've got to know, so I've got in touch with my 4th generation cousin.
Yeah.
And I missed his birthday in December, and I absolutely kicked myself. I thought, my goodness, call yourself a family member, rubbish,
I'm
sort of thing.
Terrible. I'm so sorry, family. I'm so sorry.
And I thought, what can I do to make it up to him? And I baked him some brownies basically, and just sent him those with a real grovelling apology. Yeah. And then it was that made me think, actually, I should just be able to send a card with a brownie. So that's where that came from. But yeah, so it's a real, and why wait for a birthday? Just whenever. So
just have it for any occasion. Here's just a card just to tell you I'm thinking
about
you, and I love
you're
you.
Brilliant.
You're a great friend.
Yeah,
and we don't tell our friends we love each other enough.
That is so true, and it's the same goes for family as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so funny. My family, we're all quite stoic, and so we'll hang up the phone and go okay, love you, bye.
That really quick, love you.
Love you, bye. Whereas me and my friends, we're so funny. It's we will not say goodbye to each other without saying love you. because we're
I think
like,
that's
we just
lovely.
like we'll get out of the car and I'm like, love you, friend, bye. But like the guy friends do it to each other as well.
I think that's lovely.
I love it because I'm like, I love to the boys just go, love you, mate.
I think it's great, and also, you know, why does it just have to be females that do that? I think do you know, I'm a big believer in not getting too down and depressed about it, but you never know how long anyone's got. You know, if you don't speak to them that often, anything can happen. Just it takes seconds to say it, doesn't it? But it means such a lot to have that said to you. You know,
we need more love. More love, more cake.
More love and more cake. It can't get any better. Life is perfect with that, isn't it? Love and cake.
I think that's just the advice we leave everyone with. More love, more cake. Oh, thank you for joining me. It's been so lovely to have you on.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me. I'll come back anytime you like.